All right, here's what's going on. So the other day, I was changing my brakes, minding my own business, doing a good job, I thought. And in the process, removing the tire, one of my lug nuts broke off. I was like, damn, dude. I know it wasn't me because I was trying to loosen it up. So when they changed the tires on the thing, they jacked it up. There's a fly on me. What the hell? Freaking fly. Anyway, so I changed the tires, and in the process, they had broken lug nuts. So I took it to the shop. They paid for it. Well, so I know they had over cranked down all these lug nuts. This is a long story. I'm trying to get this short and sweet. Anyways, when I'm trying to remove the tire, I broke off another lug nut. Yeah. And then when I did the brake job, I realized I need a new caliper. Because the caliper, that's the reason why one side of the front brakes was all the way worn out. The other one was like fine. So it was, and I knew that sometimes they get stuck, but I thought it got too hot or something. I didn't realize the caliper was jacked up. It was jacked up. All right. So now my current place is, when I was driving home, apparently when I put the tire back on, only one lug nut was tight and the other ones got loose. So I don't know if I didn't place it down correctly. I'm sure I cranked it down, but I think maybe it wasn't lined up right. And I thought it was like a fake Titan. So anyways, I was driving home and it started wobbling like crazy. So I got out of the car, tightened them all up, came home, but they were still wobbling. So I tried to like redo it, tried removing all the lug nuts completely. In the process, I broke another lug nut. So now I got two broken lug nuts. So I'm gonna replace those. I can't drive with just 3 lug nuts, you know. And then, and also my caliper came in. So I did order one when I figured out I needed one. So I'm gonna do all that right now. Wish me luck, because this is pushing my limits. I've never done any of this before, so hopefully it all works out. Let's see how it goes. All right, just started on my job. Guess what happened? Broke another lug nut, so that's 3 lug nuts. Lucky for me, I had thought ahead and got an extra one, so I do have 3. But look at that, this piece of crap. I got it at Walmart, by the way, the tires where they overly crank these fuckers. I mean these tires, these wheels. So now all I have is 2. I have 2 left. I think I have 3 lug nuts laying around here somewhere, some extra ones. Hopefully, or else I gotta go buy some lug nuts. Hopefully that's the end of the badness. Let's keep on going. Working on, getting on. All right, I took off all that junk now. Here's the 3 broken lug nuts, or stems, what they call them, stems. 1, 2, 3. Only these 2 were left. I probably should replace them, but I don't have any, so we'll just have to go with these guys. They'll be my aces, my strong ones. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to knock it out with a hammer like this. It should be loud though. All right, neighbors, sorry. I think I need 2 hands. There goes 2. Now I'll get the last one right here. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That's all there is to it. All right, let's get those new ones in. All right, here's the plan, right? I'm supposed to use a bunch of washers, but I only had one that will fit. And I'm gonna use a wrench to put behind it, and I'm gonna squeeze it like that, and I'm gonna pull it through, crank it in with one of these lug nuts. I need 2 hands, so you'll have to take my word for it, all right? All right. For the love, learn from my mistakes. I tried to put one of these on without the proper tool, and it was a nightmare. I had to cut off the bolt. It was tore up from the floor up. I had to make some notches on it. I don't even want to tell you all what happened to it, but it was, invest in the proper tool. I used this, you slide it on there, it was a piece of cake. It came right on. So if you're gonna do it, get the damn tool. It's about 45 bucks, but it's worth it. Worth it. And there we have it, 3 nicely brand new studs. Like myself, these old ones, I should replace them, but I didn't. But I got the tool for it now, so I can do it real easy. All right, now I'm gonna do a brake job. I'm gonna change the caliper. How you like them apples? Right there, it's the old one. It sucks, so I'm getting a new one. I got her done. It was a pain in the butt, but I got her done. It took me only about 5 hours. Mainly because I'm a stupid. And I try to cut corners, but in the end, get the right part. That's all I gotta say about it. Alright, so I realized that I didn't tell you how the caliper job went. Well, let me tell you real quick. Like, first of all, it was a pretty easy job. That's it. Once you get all that shit removed, like the brakes and all that stuff out of the way, it ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. But the only one thing interrupt his explanation. What's my explanation? Me from the past. This is me in the future. One more thing I forgot to mention. Before you start taking things apart, you want to get your vice grips. You want to clamp it on the hose so that way the brake fluid doesn't come out. A little bit will. Anything outside of that clamp from the vice grip, everything beforehand, all the major fluid will stay behind. So clamp on with your vice grip onto the hose, squeeze it. Gotta go back to your normal scheduled programming. That screwed me up was I wasn't really paying attention to which way the hose was lined up. So when I put it back together, I in my mind I had thought it'd be this way, but it wasn't. And I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't fit. And I thought, oh shit, this had been the wrong caliper. But it wasn't. I just wasn't paying attention. But I figured it out. So just look at it before you remove the old one. Take a picture of it, or just take a mental note of which way that thing attaches. It's really easy. It is easy. It's like one 11mm socket removes it, the hose, and that's it. You gotta bleed the brakes though. You can get help, which is the best way to do it. If you don't know how to bleed brakes, there's a lot of great videos on it. Or you can watch this one. That's fine too. I'll tell you how to do it in theory. All you gotta do, you get one person in a vehicle, right? And there's a little thing. Look at how dirty my fingers are from that job. Terrible. Anyways, you turn it. There's only two little suckers. One where the hose goes into, and there's another thing. If you don't know, if you're like that, like, well, I have no idea what I'm talking about. There's another thing, a chingadera, little thing, the cover on it. You remove the cover and you loosen it, and then that way the air goes through. Right, this is after you attached everything. Everything's attached, and you removed your clamps, your vice grips. So now the fluids are flowing. Everything is good. It's attached to it. It's all done. You put it back onto the vehicle. You didn't put the tire back on though, because I mean, you could. You don't have to. All right, so one guy in the car, right, or by yourself if you have. Use some MacGyver skills, like I did. Excuse me, I had a long day, and I had a couple beers. I realized I didn't finish this video, so I'm gonna do it real quick. So, one guy in the car, what I did, I got a sandbag, because we in Florida, we got sandbags everywhere. And I used my mallet to jam the brake. But anyways, the way you're supposed to do it, you get a fella or a female, and then what you do is you loosen the little nozzle there, the vent, and then you tell them push on the brake all the way and hold it. And then what you do is once it's all the way down, you tighten it. You tighten that screw, then you release it. And then once they release it, what do you do? I forget already. And then you release it. Oh, and then you open it up back up. Open up back the screw so it's open up so air can get through. And then you push it again and hold it. When you hold it, after you push it all the way down, you tighten it. And then at some point, water starts, the brake fluid start shooting out. That's what you want, because that means the air got out. Now, I like to do a couple more extra, because I did it with just the first kind of squirt, and I sealed it up, put the wheel back together, drove it around, and it still had those glitchiness. So then I did it by myself, and did a couple more squirts. Like I said, open it up, push the brake, hold it, tighten it up, let out the brake. Open it up, push the brake, hold it, tighten it, release the brake. Then I did it like 3 more times, but then once all this fluid, like you dumped a bunch of fluid out, you gotta replace it. That's the only thing, you gotta replace it. But I say give it a good 3 squirts, and I think you should be fine. I did it, like 3 good squirts out, 3 good squirts, you're good. Then you're feeling good, the vehicle's feeling good, feel nice and tight, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. Put that tire back on, go for a drive, and then be like, Paul Stake told me how to do it. He's the greatest ever in the world. Thanks for watching again, Paul Stake. Please like, subscribe for more videos.